156, Fall 20, UC Santa Barbara. This video is following up on an earlier one where we were looking at the Mapache-search app, and we had made a change, and the change seemed to be working properly, and all the existing tests were passing. However, when we ran code coverage reports of both the front end and the back end, we found that we were missing some tests. So in this video, I want to show how you go about addressing that. So we are going to go into the repo for proj-mapache-search. And the first thing we're going to do is generate the back-end test coverage report. And we do that with Maven clean test. We don't really need the clean every time, but we're going to do it the first time just to be sure that we are getting current data. So Jacoco report. And we're going to do -d skip npm to skip the back end, so this runs a little faster. Since we're only focusing on the the back end at the moment, we don't really need to run the npm, the front end part. So this will generate our Jacoco report, and then we'll take a look and see where our coverage gaps are. While that's generating, I'll bring up VS Code. We'll navigate to the back end code. We'll go ahead and close up the JavaScript folder. And we're going to need to have the main folder and the test folder open. And one thing we kind of already know is we wrote a new controller, channels controller. We wrote a new document, channel plus a couple of supporting documents, and we made a new repository. And we don't have tests for any of those. So if we look under the documents directory down here, we see we've got Slack user profiles tests, Slack user tests, but under documents up here, we have these two files, but we don't have tests for these three. So we'll start with, I believe, one of these, and I've forgotten which one, is the one where we already changed the equals method. I believe it was channel topic. Yes, to use the equals builder. This is going to be the easiest one for us to start with, so we will start with that one. I will come down here to documents, and the one that we're testing is channel topic. So I will make a file, channel topic tests.java. Now, if I look in Slack user profile tests, you see that we have in here test and get and set email, and we have let's see. So that is basically running a setter and a getter on the test of email for a user profile. If we look at a Slack user profile, we see it only has one attribute. Now, this is one way that you can write your tests. You can do a test for the getter and setter for each attribute. And we'll go ahead and do that on this first one here, just to kind of show how that would be done. So we've generated our test coverage report. We can open it with open target site Jacoco index.html. And we see here our gaps, and indeed we see channel topic as one of the places where basically there's no coverage at the moment. So if we go to let's close up Slack user repository. We do not need that right now. If we go to our Slack user tests and basically just copy this whole file and place it into channel topic tests, these are going to look very, very similar. Channel topic tests. We shouldn't need to import channel topic because our test is always going to be in the same package as our the unit under test, which in this case is channel topic.java. So to test the toString, we're going to basically make a new channel topic, and if we look at channel topic.java, the constructor takes a string value and a string creator. So go down to our test and basically just say this is a sample topic and a sample creator, and that's all we need, and we'll take the rest of this and make it be empty. And then what should come back is channel topic. Topic equals sample topic, and creator equals sample, lowercase there, sample creator. And then the rest of this will not be a thing, so we'll get rid of that. Actually, I find it usually easier to go ahead and do string expected equals, because these tend to get long, and if I put this on a separate line and just do here expected, comma, and this, instead of Slack user, this should be channel topic, CT equals new channel topic, and then do expected and then CT dot toString. And then you can take all of that and put it right there. And that is much easier to see. So that is the end of that, and take that off. Sample topic, sample creator, and then that is the end of that. Okay, so that's our first test. That's for the test for toString. Let's comment out the rest of the tests for the moment. And we can run just this one file by doing this. We can come over and do, let's see, it's npm test -d skip.npm -d test equals, and we simply give it the name of this file that we want to run, which in this case is channel topic tests. Channel topic tests. And that didn't work. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I did npm test. That should be Maven test. Silly me. We're in the back end, so we use Maven. Front end uses npm, back end uses Maven. Hopefully, making that silly mistake will help you understand that we all make mistakes like that. That is normal. If you make a mistake like that, don't feel dumb. That's normal. All right, so we have a test failure. It expected channel topic, blah, 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 but was just value sample topic. So it looks like this channel topic thing is not part of the toString. So I'm just going to take that off, and let's try that again. I mean, we could certainly add it to the toString. It's not part of the generated toString that the Sahib generator made for us. Okay, we still have a failure here. Sample topic. So this tells us what we expected. This tells us what we got instead. And I see. It simply looks like we have, it should be value sample topic and creator sample creator. Got it. There's also some spaces. So this should be value sample topic and then creator sample creator. Let's try that one more time, and let's see, is that the only change? I think it probably is. Okay, so that test passed. And if we go back and run our, this time I don't think we need a Maven clean. We've already done a clean and we've been pretty tidy. Generate that coverage report again. What I hope to see is that we have coverage for the toString and pretty much nothing else, and that's expected. All right, so here now is a test for getting and setting the ID, but in this case what we want is to get and set the value. So we will do, instead of Slack user, we will do channel topic CT equals new channel topic, and this should give us at least a little bit of code coverage on the default constructor. And then we'll do ct.set value sample topic, and then we will do assert equals sample topic ct.get sample topic. All right, and that should now be test and set value. All right, and let's see, ct.get, oh, not get sample topic, get value. My bad. There we go. And that again shows you the value of having a good IDE editor. All right, let's see if we open up that Jacoco report again, if we are making some progress. And indeed, on channel topic, we see that toString is now covered. ToString is now covered. The constructor with 2 arguments is now covered, and then get value and get creator are covered. But set value and set creator not yet. But we just wrote another test, so let's see if we now have 2 passing tests. All right, good. So we'll continue. The test for the next attribute is going to be pretty much the same, except instead of get and test value, it's going to be creator. Set creator, and then get creator, and we wouldn't have to change this, but it's good hygiene to change that. All right, and pretty confident in that one, so let's go ahead and let's see, get and set name. We don't need, we've already dealt with these. Those are just the getters and setters. Okay, so now we have hashcode. So the hashcode method is one that we inherit from Java lang object, but we have to override with our own particular hashcode implementation based on the attributes in the object. Otherwise, if we ever try to use a hash table with this object, it will not work. The hash table implementation depends on hashcode being implemented correctly. So when we have 2 objects that have the same values in them, we want them to have the same hash code. So let's change this from new channel topic hash code, and this should be new channel topic. Really, we should probably be testing this with one that actually has values in it. So let's go ahead and do what are the 2 values? It's sample topic and sample creator. So let's actually just take this, and we will, I think probably a better way to write this one would be, in fact, we can just take this entire line from up here, and we'll make 2 of them, CT1 and CT2, and then we will assert that their hash codes are the same. So instead of doing, we could do this in line, but I think it's a little clearer to do it like this. CT2.hashcode. All right, so we've added a couple more tests. Let's run this again. Hopefully we'll go from tests run 2 to tests run 4. And we'll let that cook while we proceed ahead. So this one is the not equal null. So if I uncomment this one, we want to test, and I'm going to take out admin here. Admin, we actually copied this from somewhere else, and that admin is actually just a little copy and paste error. I'm going to only focus on what we're testing. That way, if we use this as a basis for another class, there'll be less to change. So what we're testing here is that if we make a new channel topic, and then we test whether that is equal to null or not, it should be not equals. Now, you may wonder, like, what method are we testing here? Well, when you do assert not equals on two objects of type channel topic, it implicitly uses the dot equals method. So this should test whether the dot equals method of channel topic works correctly when comparing to a null object. Let's see, we got 4 tests run there. Let's run it again, and this time we will include the JUnit report so we can make sure that we're making some progress. And let's continue over here. This is test not equal different classes, so we'll test whether a channel topic and a regular plain old object are indeed not equal, as they should be not equal. We will test whether, when you have 2 copies of the same object, and this is again one where I think it's probably a better idea to use the construct that actually has some values in it. So what we'll do is we'll come down and we'll paste those in, and that will assert then that CT1 and CT2 are equal. So CT1 and CT2. Another way to test this that might be a little bit more clear would be assert true CT1 dot equals CT2. That is really what we're trying to test, and we would need to add the static import for assert true, but that's doable. All right, let's see how we're making out over here. Let's look at the JUnit report, and if we look under documents, under channel topic, we'll see that we have everything except equals. And in equals, there are some branches of this that we're testing and some that we're not testing. But we're almost done. That was run before we added a couple of these. Let's do one last test. And in this last test, I'll take one of these channel just that line, one of these channel topic objects, and we're just basically testing whether it's equal to itself. We can use assert equals user, but I think it's probably, again, a little more clear to do assert true CT1 dot equals CT1. That's really what we're trying to test. And in the same way up here, what we're really trying to test is assert false. And let's see, what is it? New channel topic. And again, just to be a little bit more clear, if we do that, and then we do that CT1 dot equals new object. Has the same effect, but this I think is a little more clear in terms of that we are testing the dot equals method of the channel topic class. Assert false needs a static import. I can use the quick fix, but just to show you what's happening up here, import static. The reason it's import static is that what we are doing is we're importing assertions, but then we're taking one static method of that class, which is assert false, and defining it so that we can simply call it with the name assert false. If we simply did this without the import static, import that, then what I would do is I would come down here and say assertions dot assert false. And I'll leave that as like that just to illustrate the point, but it would probably be better style for all these to be consistent. But let's just go ahead and run that once to show you that it works, and then I will change it back to the other way of doing it. At this point, we should have complete test coverage for that one file in the back end. And let's see if we do. If we open up our Jacoco report and look under documents, we can see that channel topic now has 100% coverage, and all of these are green. And if we open up the file, we can see everything is green. So I'm going to stop there, and because the rest of the tests for, at least I'm going to stop there as far as tests of items under documents, because doing channel and channel purpose is going to be pretty much the same. So let's focus instead our attention on the controllers, where it's the channels controller where the get channels and get unauthorized response are currently not being tested. However, if we look back, we can see that role controller, Slack user controller, especially Slack user controller, is going to be very similar to channels controller. It's a controller that provides a gateway to an API gateway to getting data from a MongoDB database. So we should be able to use the methods inside, the test methods for Slack user controller as a model for how to write test methods for the channels controller. So let's actually, but I think let's do that in a separate video, just to make it a little bit easier to find rather than having to fast forward to a particular spot. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video, start a new one to show how we do the test of the channels controller. So thank you for watching.